Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and today we are doing update number 9 for Deck of Panning. So I have my cards and I have a lot of rollouts, and so we are going to be picking, 5 new cards today. So I am hoping for the luck of the draw and no joker. So everybody knock on wood for me. We're almost to the end of the year, and I hope that you have caught either my videos or other videos from other creators. But if this is your first time stumbling upon this project, this was created and continues to be hosted by Emily and Max. I always have her linked down below. It is based off a game or a deck of cards and a game board, and so you basically draw cards. Each card correlates with a prompt. You pick a product for that prompt and then you work on it in this project. I've been using this project to rotate through a lot of my products, and so I usually have usage goals versus use up goals. I do have a rolling 10 pan that I've been doing for the entire year, and that is my project where I am trying to finish everything. So I'll make sure to link that one up in the eye and also down below. But like I said, it is an exciting update. I do have 5 rollouts, and so that means we are picking 5 cards. So let me go ahead and pull up my spreadsheet and my graphics so that we can look at the items and the prompts that I have completed, and these are going to be my rollouts. And I want to start with the one that has been in for the longest, and that's mainly because this was a in it for the long haul prompt. This is not my e.l.f. setting powder, this is my Franken blush. So basically I mix together old lip products, like I dig out the rest of lipsticks and I mix them together, and that's how I get my Franken blush. But I rolled this in 4 or 5 months ago, and this was for a in it for the long haul. And let me see, that was a Queen of Spades, and so I rolled this in for 100 uses, and 2 days ago I got to 100 uses on this. I'll have my graphic popping up because I was able to put in all of my shots throughout the project and also my total usage on grams. So I did use up 4.85 grams in 100 uses, almost on the cusp of 5 grams. So I am thrilled to have gotten such great use on this cream blush. I mean, I'm going to continue to use it throughout the rest of the year. I'm trying to get that as low as possible before I kind of like put some more old lip products in there and kind of refill it for next year. But I finally got to my 100 uses. So the next item, I ended up finishing this up still in September. This only took me 10 days past the last update to go ahead and use this up. I rolled in my e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Spray for a 4 of Diamonds, which was a liquid product, and I do have my marks on the side. If you caught my most recent buys and buys, then you would have seen that I used this up in September. So this is another setting spray rolled out of my collection. Then what is my next one? So this one here, I've had this in for 2 different updates. I thought I was going to be able to use this up in 1 month, but I actually got quite a bit of use out of this little baby product. But this is the Drunk Elephant D Bronzy Drops. I rolled this in for a Queen of Hearts, which was a gimme product. Because again, I thought I was going to be done with it in a month, but I got 2 months worth of use out of this. I really enjoyed this. I actually kind of miss this type of product in my collection. I wouldn't repurchase this one in particular because it's high-end, it's expensive, and there's lots of other drugstore options out there for a bronzy liquid product like this. But I was happy to get it in a Sephora like sampler set, and I was happy to get use out of it. So this is another one of our rollouts. And then I have my Essence Shine Gloss in Nude Mood, and I had rolled this in for a King of Hearts, which was affordable. The goal that I set for myself for this one was 2 months of use or using it up completely. And I ended up getting sick in September, and so I didn't use it a whole lot, and I was having trouble reaching for it, but I buckled down. And so I have windows on this all the way down to the bottom here. I mean, I probably still have a couple more months of use out of this product, So I'm going to continue to focus on it and try to use it up by the end of the year. But for the intents of this project, I'm going to stick to my 2-month rule, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. I just feel like I can focus on it in the background, and I would rather bring something more exciting into this prompt and this project. So this is a usage goal met, and so this one is rolling out. So my last rollout, this was for the 9 of Spades, which was an eyeshadow prompt, which fit perfectly with the kind of theme that I've had for this video throughout the year. So I have been rolling in palettes to do a no pan left behind prompt every single month. And that's been helping me focus on certain palettes in my no pan left behind project, which again, I'll link it up in the eye and down below. But I had 4 palettes rolled in for this prompt. I had Naked Heat, I had Naked Ultraviolet, I had Naked Honey, and I also did have ABH Sultry rolled in for this prompt. And I was able to hit my no pan left behind goal on all 4 of these palettes. I'll have my graphic popping up with my uses, and so I do keep track of whenever I use these eyeshadows, especially for my other project, but I was super thrilled to have those as a focus item and for me to be able to use every pan in those palettes and get those checked off my list. So that leaves us with, because I've had 6 products in this project for the majority of the year, mainly because I kind of pull an extra card for my no pan left behind prompt. And so the only product that I have that is going to be staying in, and this will probably be in until the end of the year, is another one of my Franken bronzers. I have it in my number 7 compact, and this is what it's looking like. It is going to be looking the same. So this was for a 5 of Spades, which was a bronzer prompt. I am currently working on a large pan of my Franken bronzer in my regular project pan. I thought I was going to be done with it in September. I thought I was going to be done with it already, but it is still trucking along. So I still have a little bit of that bronzer. I don't feel like that bronzer will be with me past October. So for November and December, I am going to buckle down, and this will be my only bronzer that I focus on, and I will get this used up before the end of the year. But so far, since I've rolled this product in, I've used it twice. So there's going to be no changes whatsoever. So this is going to be in, like I said, for the next couple updates, but I hope to have that as an empty by the finale. So that brings us to the exciting part of drawing some cards. So I am taking my cards out of the box, and we always keep one joker in. So let me see where my joker is. I know a lot of people like to show that it's in there. Oh, it was kind of near the top. There is my one joker. So I have not taken a peek at the game board yet. Emily does shuffle the game board around the 10th of the month, and that allows us to, even if we pick the same card between updates, it will be a different prompt. The only prompts that stay the same are the face cards and the aces. Those do not shuffle around. And so I will have, of course, the game boards kind of popping up so that we can see what is on them. And I'm looking at the number cards. There's some good prompts on here. I'm going to be very interested to see what I come up with. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Then I'm going to cut the deck on camera, and then we just draw straight off the top. So we have our first one is an 8 of diamonds, which is metallic. Okay, next one off the top is a 3 of clubs. So this is a pick your space. That's fun. Next one, we have the 5 of spades, which is astrology sign, which again, I only had one product that was my astrology sign, and I ended up using that up earlier this year. I know Emily had given me some other suggestions for this, so I'll have to think on this one. Let's see here. We have 3, so this is number 4, and this is a 3 of hearts, largest category. And the last one off the top is the Eight of Hearts, which is duo or multi-chrome. So let me think on this, because there's quite a few that I could pick as my No Pan Left Behind prompt, but I don't want to kind of cheat and roll in a bunch of palettes, even though, again, I'm trying to push towards my No Pan Left Behind. So let me take out a Pick My Space, because I'm going to see what I want to do with that. And then give me a moment to kind of look through my collection and see what I can come up with for the rest of these prompts. All right, I'm back, and I want to say fortunately, but also unfortunately, a lot of these prompts are going to relate to eyeshadow palettes. But again, it gives me my reasons to go ahead and finish up with some palettes on my No Pan Left Behind. So let me go ahead, and I don't even remember in the last few minutes what palettes or what cards I drew in what order, so I'm just going to pick them off the top in the order that I'm least likely to break things. So let's go with the Five of Spades, which was astrology sign. And I ended up picking 3 of my Urban Decay liners. And I picked these because a lot of times, because I'm a Virgo, a lot of times it's an earth sign, so a lot of times there are these like deeper, richer, more grungy colors in palettes, because I'm thinking about the Bad Zodiac palette that came out from Melt. I'm thinking about kind of the dupe palette that I did for that one from Lethal, which I just finished my No Pan Left Behind on that yesterday, so I'm not going to roll that back in. But these colors are very reminiscent of the shades that are kind of in those earthy palettes, so I picked these liners. So I have this one in Alkaline, I have this one in Stash, and then this one in Overdrive. And my goal is to use each one of these liners 5 times. And so that will be my prompt for astrology sign. Let's see here. Let's do the 3 of clubs, and this was a pick your space. So I went ahead and I picked the space fragrance, which is actually the 5 of clubs, and I have one of my travel size fragrances. I had already marked this one because this is something I'm tracking to use up by the end of the year, but I'm kind of tracking it in the background, and so I figured I might as well roll it into the project and track it with you guys. And so this is a Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb Nectar. And so I will go ahead and I'll mark it again for today, because that was the beginning of October. So I'll go ahead and I'll mark it again today, and we'll track it for the rest of the year. But my goal will be to finish this one. And then, like I said, let me do this without breaking palettes. The 3 of Hearts, which is largest category. There was no way around it. My largest category is my eyeshadow palettes. So what I decided to do is pull in my 2 newest Natasha Denona palettes. And so I have Yucca and I Need a Nude. And I've only used these a couple times, and so I've only used maybe 4 shades out of each one of them. And so my goal on these 2 palettes is going to be a No Pan Left Behind. So that will give me a jump start on some of my Natasha Denona palettes. So those 2 are going to roll in. And then I had the 8 of Diamonds, and that is for metallic. I know, again, like I could roll in a highlighter, but I'm really trying to focus on my highlighter in my whole year rolling 10 pan, and I really don't want to bring something else in to distract me from that. So again, I went back to eyeshadows, and I am going to roll in the Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyquist Trick or Treat palette, and mainly because the metallics in here are gorgeous. So I did a get ready with me and a palette bingo with this one. It's very long, very chatty. I'll link it up in the eye if you guys ever need to have a video on in the background for an hour. Check out that one. But my goal, again, I'm going to No Pan Left Behind this one, but I'm trying to think, should I do a challenge to use each one of the metallics an additional time? So like No Pan Left Behind it, plus use the metallics an additional time. If you think that that should be my goal, go ahead and drop down in the comment section. Go ahead and tell me that you want me to use each metallic twice. You guys get to pick. Do I just no pan left behind it, or do I use the metallics an extra time? Let me know down below. You guys will decide. And then my last one is the 8 of Hearts, and that is for a duo or multi-chrome. And again, I'm going back to my Natasha Denona palettes. This is the My Dream palette, and there's at least one multi-chrome over here, and I believe Babies out here is also a multi-chrome, or at least a duochrome. So there's 2 of those shadows in here. This one I'm going to just do a no pan left behind, but I am going to make sure to use those 2 shades out there because those are our duochromes and our multi-chromes. So this is another one of the no pan left behind, but an additional use on those shimmers if they have already been checked off my list. So I have 4 palettes rolling back in again, and these palettes have more shades in them than the last ones, so that will be exciting. So 5 uses each on the liners, some no pan left behinds, the fragrance that I'm going to use up, and then like I said, let me know down below what you want me to do with the Trick or Treat palette as far as using those shimmers in additional time. But I kind of wish that I got different cards so that I was able to pull in different products. But the other day when I was looking at my collection, I kind of was like, I don't have a whole lot to roll in that I'm not already just like trying to pan by the end of the year. So this actually fits in really, really well with my prompts and my goals for my panning and my no pan left behind for the rest of the year. Again, a little bit maybe disappointed in, having to pick palettes for multiple prompts, but I really just, there's nothing else for the largest category. I'm not doing anything else metallic, and I don't have anything else duochrome or multi-chrome apart from my eyeshadows. So it is what it is. The panning gods have spoken. So that was my 5 roll-ins, and of course I have my bronzer that I will be working on as soon as my other one is gone. So I hope that you guys see that one in an empty in my upcoming Project Pan video, which I just posted a video about kind of like how to start project panning, why to start project panning. I also talk about like financial wellness and impulse buying and like overspending, over consuming. So like it's a kind of a little bit of everything. So if you'd be interested in that, of course, I'll link it all over the place so that you guys can check that out. Or you can just click back because it was the last video that I uploaded. A lot of people have been giving me some positive feedback about the content in that video. So I want to kind of push it out to the rest of you who just watch my project panning content. But I'm going to encourage you to do all the things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below, again, with what you want my goal to be, but also tell me what cards you picked, what products are you working on if you are also doing this project. Again, a big shout out to Emily for continuing to host this project. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any more uploads. I did go ahead and plan out my uploads for the rest of the year, and it is going to be a busy few months with some projects wrapping up and also just random content that I want to put out for you guys. But I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me today, and I will catch you in my next one.